The Book of Judith. The story revolves around Judith, a daring and beautiful widow, who is upset with her cherished countrymen for not trusting God to deliver them from their foreign conquerors. She goes with her loyal maid to the camp of the enemy general, Polyphemus, with whom she slowly ingratiates herself, promising him information on the Israelites, gaining his trust. She is allowed access to his tent one night as he lies in drunken stupor. She decapitates him, then takes his head back to her faithful countrymen. The Assyrians, having lost their leaders, dispersed, and Israel is saved too. She is courted by many. Judith remains unmarried for the rest of her life. Elements of the story character. Judith with the Hebrew means praise is a beautiful Jew and a widow of Manasseh. She decided to seduce Holofernes, the general of the enemy's army, and kill him. She wanted to bring back the faith to her people because they became apathetic and stopped resisting their enemies. Holofernes was one of the Nabuchodonosor's generals, and he was well known currently. His roughness was broken down by the Judith's sweet talking and beauty. He did see an enemy and her, so he let his guards down and cost him his life. He died completely drunk with Judith cut his head off. Nabuchodonosor started to conquer the west because they disobeyed him. He defeated armies and killed people. Many crimes fell on his conscience. He did justify his deeds by calling himself the great, the god of sun, and the one that is worthy of all of that destruction. Point of view. It was not long before they approached the Caesarian outpost. The men took her into custody and asked what in the world she was doing there. She replied that she was fleeing her people because they were about to be conquered for violating the laws of God. See how nicely the fits and with the Archer prophecy. She asked to see Holofernes and promised to give him a trustworthy report on how he could take the city without any cost to his army. Upon seeing her, Holofernes marveled at the beauty of her face and was only too anxious to be gracious to her. Despite he promised to give a trustworthy report, Judith equivocated with the truth. She said, "I will say nothing false, my lord." Of course, Holofernes knew she was talking about him, but Judith had only one Lord God. Everything she said to Holofernes was completely deceptive. She could swear by them. Nebuchadnezzar, because he meant nothing to her, swearing by the God of the Israelites was the only swearing that counted. So Judith cunningly moved words all the while now, knowing the Israelites had been a faithful people. She ended by saying, "God has sent me to accomplish with you things that will astonish the world." Again, this is a very ironic. Holofernes was taking along one line Judith. The setting, Ekbatana Bitolia. Theme, show us what true faith looks like, holding fast to God on His schedule, even if it entails suffering or death. Partner with those who support your cause, rely on your wisdom, on the tools at your disposal, on the skills of those who partner with to make positive change. The belief that disobedience to the law will bring certain punishment. They concern the problem what is good or evil in war and public life. The book condemns aggressions and praises patriotism and pity of freedom fighters. It shows responsibility of kings and generals for the aggressions and the difficult choices standing before the leaders of the defense. The activity, theater play. So, the moral of the story, if those in charge fail you and your people, don't be afraid to do what is right without them.